said you'd fly with another pilot, but not me?
Yeah.
Flight 403,
Wise choice.
New York.
The A-Team was not just a hit television series, but also a cultural icon of the 1980s. Behind the humorous moments and daring escapes on screen was a backstage world full of tension. From irreconcilable conflicts between cast members' episodes, banned for being too violent, to bizarre details and unbelievable mistakes. The show's success stemmed not only from its creativity in every scene, but also from the fascinating real-life stories surrounding it. Unexpected character changes, behind-the-scenes controversies, and bold, hidden elements in each episode kept the A-Team full of surprises. Let's uncover 20 unique secrets about the series in today's video. 1. The phrase, "I pity the fool," never appeared in the show.
No, I don't hate Balboa, but I pity the fool, and I will destroy any man who tries to take what I got.
The phrase, "I pity the fool," is considered a signature line associated with the character B.A. Baracus, portrayed by Mr. T. However, the surprising truth is that this phrase never appeared in all 98 episodes of The A-Team. Its origin comes from Mr. T's role as Clubber Lang in the movie Rocky III, 1982. In the film, Clubber Lang uttered the phrase with threat and challenge, making it one of the most memorable moments of 1980s cinema. When The A-Team premiered a year later, Mr. T carried the strong and unique persona of Clubber Lang into his role as B.A. Baracus. Although the phrase didn't appear in the series, Mr. T's image led fans to associate it with his character. This misconception was further solidified through interviews, commercials, and other television appearances. As a result, the phrase "I pity the fool," while not originating from the A-Team, became an inseparable part of Mr. T's pop culture identity. 2. Conflict between the two main actors. The behind the scenes of the A-Team was far from peaceful as it appeared on the surface. George Peppard, who played Hannibal, the team's leader, and Mr. T, who played B.A. Baracus, frequently clashed. Peppard, a veteran Hollywood actor known for classics like Breakfast at Tiffany's, felt that his long-standing career was being overshadowed by Mr. T, a newcomer with no acting background who quickly became the center of attention thanks to his style and strong charisma. Their conflict intensified as Peppard repeatedly showed disdain for Mr. T. He once declared, "The A-Team is my show, not Mr. T's." For his part, Mr. T wasn't afraid to keep his distance from Peppard to avoid confrontation. This tension persisted throughout the filming process. In fact, the two only communicated when the cameras were rolling. Dirk Benedict, who played Face, often had to act as a mediator to ensure the scenes went smoothly. 3. Mr. T left the set by helicopter. Not every actor makes an exit as dramatic as Mr. T. During a filming session on a cruise ship in Season 4, the extreme heat and pressure of the shooting schedule made him lose his patience. Instead of enduring it, Mr. T decided to leave the set by calling a helicopter to pick him up in the middle of filming. This incident immediately became legendary. When the helicopter landed, Mr. T confidently boarded it, leaving the entire film crew stunned. This wasn't just an impulsive move. He had been feeling the pressure from the heat, the tight schedule, and minor on-set conflicts. Although this act nearly got him fired, he was retained due to his fame and importance to the show. 4. Banned from airing in Germany. Despite its global popularity, The A-Team wasn't always warmly received. When the series aired in Germany, it faced heavy censorship. As a result, 82 out of the 98 episodes were banned for being deemed too violent. This was surprising considering the show's signature cartoonish action style, where nobody dies despite numerous explosions and shootouts. The German censorship authorities argued that even without blood or death, the overly cheerful action scenes like cars flipping over or villains being thrown out of windows only to dust themselves off, encourage violence. Additionally, the idea of solving problems through violence, even if no one got hurt, was heavily criticised. Some episodes were later edited and re-aired, but the incident tarnished the A-Team's reputation in Germany. This also highlights how different countries perceive the same show in different ways. While American audiences saw it as family-friendly entertainment in Germany, it was viewed as a potential danger. 5. Hannibal's character was inspired by real life. The character Hannibal, the leader of the A-Team, wasn't purely fictional. He was inspired by Lieutenant Colonel Gordon "Bo" Gritz, a famous and controversial figure in US military history. Gritz was known for his daring efforts to locate missing American soldiers after the Vietnam War, and his exploits shaped the personality and action style of Hannibal. Gritz was a complex individual with bold tactics and controversial statements, traits that were clearly reflected in Hannibal, from his crazy but effective plans to his famous catchphrase, "I love it when a plan comes together." The character represented sharp leadership confidence and a touch of mischief, making him the heart of the A-Team. 6. Dwight Schultz almost got fired. It's hard to imagine the A-Team without the controlled chaos energy of Murdoch. Yet few know that Dwight Schultz, who played Murdoch, was almost fired by NBC after the first season. Network executives feared his character was too eccentric and might alienate viewers. Murdoch was a talented pilot, but his odd behaviours, like talking to imaginary dogs or singing spontaneously during tense moments, made producers worry that he would undermine the seriousness of the show. However, Dwight Schultz proved that Murdoch wasn't just a comedic character, but also a unique energy source that set the A-Team apart from other action series. Surprisingly, when rumours of Murdoch's potential removal spread, fans sent thousands of letters to NBC demanding the character stay. Faced with overwhelming public support, NBC reversed its decision, and Murdoch went on to become one of the most beloved characters in the series. 7. Backstage troubles. Beyond the grand action scenes on screen, the backstage of the A-Team was equally dramatic and tense. One of the most notable incidents was Mr. T leaving the crew during Season 4. He faced personal problems after losing a family member, coupled with uncomfortable working conditions while filming on a cruise ship. The noisy air conditioning system irritated him, and Mr. T demanded to leave the set by helicopter. Tensions escalated further when he provided the producers with a list of demands which almost led to his dismissal. Fortunately, the situation was resolved and Mr. T continued with the series. It wasn't just Mr. T who faced challenges. The female cast members also had a tough time on the A-Team. Melinda Kalia, who played the journalist Amy Allen, reportedly didn't get along with George Peppard from the beginning. The tension quickly spread across the cast, and she was eventually written out after the first season. Her replacement, Marla Heasley, as Tournia Baker, didn't fare much better. According to Heasley, Peppard bluntly told her that she wasn't welcome on the show. These issues highlight how difficult the working environment on the A-Team could be, especially for female actors. 8. Murdoch and his crazy antics.
Hello. Hello in there.
Murdoch, H.M. Howling Mad, wasn't just a brilliant pilot, but also the chaotic energy of the A-Team. From talking to imaginary dogs composing impromptu poetry, to pretending to lose his sanity to distract enemies, Murdoch constantly surprised fans and made them laugh. One of Murdoch's most memorable moments was using the puppet Billy, an imaginary dog, to negotiate with villains. In another scene, he sang opera during a gunfight, leaving both his teammates and enemies bewildered. This unpredictability made the A-Team stand out from other action series of the time. However, Murdoch's antics weren't just for laughs. They also gave depth to his character. As a Vietnam War veteran, his eccentric behaviour could be seen as his way of coping with trauma from the past. 9. Season 5 was a complete failure. After 4 successful seasons, the A-Team began losing its appeal in Season 5. To salvage the show, NBC decided to completely overhaul its formula. Instead of being a team of outlaw mercenaries helping the weak, the A-Team was captured and turned into CIA agents assigned to secret government missions. This change completely broke the spirit of the show. The elements that made the A-Team a success, such as its sense of freedom, humour and crazy but effective plans, were replaced by a heavier, more serious tone. Additionally, 2 new characters were introduced. Frankie Santana, a special effects expert, and General Stockwell, the team's supervisor. Their inclusion disrupted the original team dynamic. Fans rejected these changes. Ratings plummeted and Season 5 was cancelled after only 13 episodes. This became a costly lesson for NBC. Sometimes trying to refresh a successful formula can destroy it. The A-Team didn't need major changes, it only needed to maintain its fun and unique style. 10. Looney Tunes violence. The A-Team was famous for its unique action scenes, cars flipping over, helicopters crashing, and constant gunfire. But strangely, no one ever died. This no-kill policy was a deliberate decision by the producers to keep the show family-friendly. The action scenes were designed like Looney Tunes cartoons. Villains would be thrown out of burning cars or pushed through windows only to stand up and dust off as if nothing had happened. While this approach was absurd, it became a defining trait of the show. Some critics argued that this portrayal diminished realism and promoted violence, especially for younger audiences. However, fans loved this absurdity. It created a world where action was thrilling but never overly heavy or grim. 11. Mr. T's rap album for children. In 1984, during the A-Team's peak popularity, Mr. T ventured into music by releasing the album Be Somebody or Be Somebody's Fool. This wasn't an ordinary rap album. It combined moral advice, life lessons, and the energetic music style of the 1980s, aimed specifically at children. One of the most famous songs on the album was Treat Your Mother Right, a rap about respecting your mother. With simple yet heartfelt lyrics, the song delivered a clear message about family and love. The accompanying music video became a sensation, showcasing Mr. T as both strong and compassionate. 12. Iconic theme music by Mike Post. Just hearing the first few notes of the A-Team theme song is enough to evoke excitement and energy from the show. This iconic piece was composed by Mike Post, who was considered the king of television theme music in the 1980s. Mike Post was no stranger to the industry. Before the A-Team, he had created memorable themes for popular series like Magnum P.I. Hill Street Blues, and later Law & Order. For the A-Team, he crafted a perfect blend of powerful drum beats, military-inspired melodies, and a touch of action comedy flair. 13. The unexplained cast change.
Just give us a second here, fellas. He's honest. Colonel Lynch. He had BA's pad 2 hours ago with 6 MPs. They're all around my place like a bunch of goonies at a supermarket opening.
How do you trace them?
In the pilot episode of the A-Team, the suave conman Templeton Facepeck was played by Tim Dunnigan. However, after just 1 episode, Dunnigan was replaced by Dirk Benedict without any explanation from the producers or acknowledgement in the storyline. The reason for the change was that Dunnigan looked too young to convincingly play a Vietnam War veteran. Despite his handsome appearance, he failed to persuade audiences that he was an experienced soldier. With this decision, Dirk Benedict was brought in, delivering a more mature and charming portrayal of Face. What's interesting is that this switch was never addressed in the show. By the 2nd episode, Benedict's face appeared as though he had always been part of the team. This unspoken change confused some viewers but became one of the series' intriguing mysteries. 14. The mystery of Murdoch's real name. H.M. Howling. Mad Murdoch. The eccentric pilot of the A-Team remained a mystery throughout the show's 98 episodes. We only ever knew him as H.M. Murdoch. His full name was never revealed.
Now, Murdoch, what is with all the poetry?
Yeah, I noticed that too.
This wasn't an oversight. It was a deliberate decision by the writers. They wanted to keep Murdoch's character shrouded in mystery to reflect his quirky and unconventional personality. Even in the scripts and credits, his name was simply listed as H.M. This led to countless fan theories. Some speculated that H.M. stood for Harold Michael Henry Max, or even Howling Mad as his nickname. However, no official answer was ever provided, and to this day the mystery remains unsolved. 15. Hannibal and cigars.
If we were all in disguise.
He's made a career out of bending the rules.
You guys are getting that machine gun entrance down pretty good.
One of the most iconic images of the A-Team is Hannibal Smith, the brilliant leader of the group, always seen with a cigar in his mouth, and his famous line, "I love it when a plan comes together." But few people know that the cigar wasn't just a prop. George Peppard, who played Hannibal, was actually a cigar enthusiast in real life. Peppard often brought his personal cigar collection to the set and handpicked the cigars he wanted to smoke in each scene. For him, cigars weren't just a part of Hannibal's character, but also a way to display the authority and confidence of the role. He even suggested to the writers that cigars should become a signature trait of Hannibal, an idea that was quickly accepted. However, this habit came with a price. Peppard was a heavy smoker, and it seriously affected his health. After undergoing surgery for lung cancer in 1992, he had to quit smoking altogether. Despite this, the image of Hannibal with a cigar remains an inseparable part of the A-Team. 16. Episodes featuring Boy George and Hulk Hogan.
Hey, man! Good to see you, man. You're looking great. Clean human destruction machine.
The A-Team wasn't just famous for its main cast, but also for its special guest stars. One of the most memorable episodes was Cowboy George, which featured pop star Boy George. In this episode, Boy George replaces a country band at a bar, leading to a hilarious situation, as the Cowboys didn't expect a pop star like him. In addition to Boy George, Hulk Hogan, the famous wrestler of the time, appeared in several episodes. Hogan, a close friend of Mr. T, was invited to join the show to boost its appeal. However, when offered a recurring role, Hogan declined as he didn't want to get caught up in the behind-the-scenes tensions between Mr. T and George Peppard. These guest appearances weren't just entertaining, but also highlighted the cultural impact of the A-Team. The show served as a bridge between different areas of entertainment from music to sports, creating a unique and colourful experience. 17. Mr. T gave up his gold jewellery. Mr. T is synonymous with his signature gold jewellery, which weighed dozens of pounds and became a symbol of his strength, confidence and unique style. But in 2005, after Hurricane Katrina, he made a surprising decision. He stopped wearing gold altogether. After witnessing the loss and suffering of thousands of people in New Orleans, Mr. T felt that flaunting extravagant gold jewellery in such a context was inappropriate. He shared, "When I saw people who lost everything, I couldn't continue wearing this gold anymore. I felt I needed to show respect and empathy for them." From then on, Mr. T replaced his gold with red, white and blue outfits representing the colours of the American flag, as a way to honour the resilience of the American people in overcoming the disaster. 18. A Cylon from Battlestar Galactica made an appearance. If you're a fan of both the A-Team and Battlestar Galactica, you might have noticed a Cylon robot appearing in the opening scene of the A-Team. In this scene, Dirk Benedict Face walks through Universal Studios and a mysterious Cylon passes by in the background. This wasn't a coincidence. Dirk Benedict had previously played Lieutenant Starbuck in Battlestar Galactica 1978, and the appearance of the Cylon was an inside joke among the crew. Benedict himself suggested the idea after spotting a Cylon robot being transported between studio sets. He convinced the director to capture the moment as a playful Easter egg for attentive fans. 19. Guns that weren't automatic but sounded like it. One of the A-Team's trademarks was its intense shootout scenes where characters seemed to fire endless rounds from machine guns. But in reality, the Ruger Mini 14 rifles used in the show were only semi-automatic. This meant that the actors had to pull the trigger for every single shot. How did they create the illusion of fully automatic gunfire? The answer lies in post-production. The sound team added continuous gunfire effects, making the Ruger Mini 14 rifles sound like heavy machine guns. The result was so convincing that viewers fully believed these weapons had incredible firepower. This approach not only saved production costs, but also kept the show's action exciting without using more dangerous real weapons. It's a testament to the creativity in television production, where post-production magic can turn a semi-automatic weapon into an action icon. 20. The final episode aired out of order.
She believed that you betrayed your country.
On the A-Team, when a frightened girl thinks her father's a traitor, she runs to the only friends she can trust.
The final episode of the A-Team Without Reservations was aired out of sequence. This episode was meant to conclude the story, but it was broadcast before the penultimate episode, the Grey Team causing unnecessary confusion. To make matters worse, NBC didn't purchase the entire set of episodes from Season 5, leaving the series without a proper conclusion. In the final aired episode, Murdoch wore a t-shirt with the words "Almost Feeny," almost finished a humorous nod to the show's abrupt ending. NBC's lack of investment and support during the final season significantly damaged the reputation of the A-Team. Nevertheless, for fans, the show remains an iconic symbol of the 1980s, a series full of humour, action, and creativity despite its unresolved finale. The A-Team, a symbol of the 1980s filled with humour, absurdity, and unforgettable moments. What fact impressed you the most? Leave a comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to discover more interesting stories. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.